I'm feeling ambivalent about these. Not what has passed, but continuing.
That's okay. Yeah, let's talk about it. My name is Richard, and this series is called Real Therapy, where I show you real sessions of me working with real people. If you want some more context, I invite you to go check out some of the earlier episodes, but I think it makes sense to just dive in here as well. My motivation in showing you these sessions is more than just about the box of therapy. What my deeper motivation and passion is in this series and in this YouTube channel is to show you a way of being in the world, a way of relating to other people and being curious and exploring and discovering one moment after the next. So often in therapy and in life, we mistakenly believe that if we show up in a way that seems very well put together, very coherent, we've got it all figured out, that sort of thing, that somehow that's going to get us to where we really want to go. But what I find again and again is actually the opposite is true. When we show up with more messiness, with more vulnerability, with more confusion, with more indecision, and just make space for what is. It's from that fertile ground that new things can emerge, new discoveries can happen, and really where aliveness emerges from. So what you might see in this session is that as we admit that we're not quite sure where this is going to go, I find that this is the most interesting and most alive and connected session that we have had yet. I hope it's as interesting for you as it is for me. So let's dive in.
I feel a little bit of performance anxiety, which I didn't anticipate feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mentioned it before, but just like some pressure to be like interesting and engaging and a good
Right.
person for this kind of thing. And that like messes me up a little bit.
Of course, it's totally up to you whether you want to
Mhm.
continue or not. But I will say that that to me is what's interesting about this is this wrestling with like, wait, do I show up as others want me to or as I want to? So
Yeah,
this is
because
good.
something shifted. Something shifted when it was like, when I volunteered to do this, I was like, oh, I know how to do this. I know
Mm-hmm.
how to be someone.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty soon into it, you were like, boring. I was like, shit, I don't want to do the other kind, which is more vulnerable, feels more out of control for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I think I'm proving your point, unfortunately.
This is the territory that I love. Um,
I don't.
um, Granted, you're in the hot seat, so it's a little more challenging for you. I think this is totally worthy subject.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I feel like I'm good at the beginning of
Mm,
stuff.
hmm
But then I get self-conscious about long term. I'm like, I don't have enough to like sustain someone's attention and interest long term. So this is all
hmm
story of my life too.
This is rich territory.
Shoot.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to do this. Partly because of what's going on in my life. I'm like, no, I don't have months like this. I don't know what to do. So I probably need help more than ever. And yet there's something in me that's like, I can't, I can't do this right now.
Okay.
There's like, my head is in a weird, it's like, doesn't feel like it's in the right space or my energy or something.
Even the like, is my head in the right space? I think is more of that like curator
Yes,
that I think is actually the most interesting part so far of what you and I have been doing. So,
totally. Like
um,
that also feels very familiar to me to be like, I'm not in a spiritual space right now to be spiritual. And then I'm like,
uh-huh,
what am I talking about? Like the most
right.
spiritual is the most human.
So many fascinating things we could explore.
So I think we should keep recording and I think we should go through with it. I
well,
just
well,
wanted you to know this layer too.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, yeah. No, I hear that. It seems to me that something has shifted even since last time we met in this context because
Hmm.
it feels like you're being more straightforward with me.
Yeah.
about what's going on.
I feel like I am too. Isn't that great? Hmm.
I'd say so. Yeah. I think that there's an assumption that you need to be more of a certain way.
Yeah.
That we could say this is the anti-Joan. The you're supposed to curate, you're supposed to be entertaining, don't bore people, be more spiritual, or I don't know, whatever. We could get into all that background too, potentially. But my experience is that that actually feels like a pulling away from me relationally.
Hmm.
So it's kind of paradoxical, right? Because I think that part is trying to maintain a relationship. The relationship will go better if I'm a certain way.
Yeah.
But paradoxically, I feel like the more you kind of show up and like, I'm kind of messy, I don't know if I want to do this, I'm feeling ambivalent, I feel more connected to you than if
Yeah.
you were to just do the theatrics or whatever you'd want to call that. It's theatrics is a little strong, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. This feels
yeah.
very relevant to my life then.
Yeah. Yeah.
That what is real about my life is like coming up within our setup. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh Richard, it's a really unique situation in my life right now. I'm gonna have to pull out because
Hmm.
I'm not as good as I could be.
Right.
And like I'd probably find any way to do that at some point when I just start to feel insecure
Right.
that I'm not
Right.
gonna be good enough.
I'm trying to hold you into a spot where you're connected to your life energy. And there's something that wants to wiggle out of that spot because you're not used to it. It's unfamiliar. That's just part of the process, I think. And that's part of how I work too, is like I'm not tracking whether you're good or not. I'm tracking whether you feel alive or not.
Yeah.
That's my main compass point. And that aliveness doesn't have to show up in a particular way. It can show up as ambivalence.
I feel like rolling my eyes so hard right now.
What is the eye roll communicating?
It feels so good to do it.
Yeah. So
Um,
even really like let yourself do that. There's actually I won't get into it, but there's a lot around eyes and neurology and stuff. So letting your eyes do that can actually be a kind of discharge. So,
it feels like one.
mhm.
Yeah, and like a shaking of my head goes along
Mhm.
with it. I'm like annoyed at you and at this process
Mhm.
because it feels like you're right. And like, yeah, I am trying to squirm out
Mhm.
of something here. So the eye roll is like, ugh.
Mhm.
But I'm smiling because there's like a fine, I'll do it. Like, yes, I
Mhm.
need this. It's just not the script I had in mind for how this was gonna go, which is like,
Yes. 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 Which is how it always happens. So, this isn't the script we had in mind. Yeah. That to me is an indicator that something else is starting to come in already. That this isn't part of the script. That you're maybe opening yourself up to something. So maybe even we have a conversation with the head shake eye roll and
mhm.
the fine I'll do it anyway. Maybe we can have a conversation between those two, let's say, parts. So flesh that out a little more. Like, what does the squirm say? Get me out of here. I'm uncomfortable. What is that squirmy thing trying to communicate to us?
Yeah, I really do feel like wanting to, like, ugh. Like
Yeah.
it's just like, oh,
Yep. So stay with that. Stay with let your body feel that. Just let it make room for that experience. We're not trying to side with any part of you. We're trying to give space for each part in its own right.
it's like a lose lose, or I can't win here. Like I know the other way. I know how to be like have all my rabbit trails, be interesting, be real free associative and stuff. I usually left counseling appointments feeling really happy with myself. And like they were kind of a little odd by me. Just like
Hmm.
I just felt like good.
Hmm. Sounds
You
like a
know?
failure in my book.
Yeah, now I'm seeing like maybe it was. Like maybe I got them to do what I do in life, which is like kind of make people like me. and make me feel like I'm special. The like squirmy, like, ugh thing is like, okay, so I don't want to do that because maybe it's not really serving me or it's what I do all the time.
Hmm.
But there's this agitation with this other way that feels really like unfamiliar territory. I don't know, making sense. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm like mad at you. Like, well, you made me open my mouth and talk in a territory in a language I don't know. So
Hmm. Hmm.
you're welcome. Like, or if you don't like it, it's your
Hmm.
fault.
Hmm. Right. This is just just keep letting your body move if you need to move.
I can be interesting on this much safer path, you know?
Hmm.
You're like, no, I don't, that doesn't really feel alive. No, thank you. I'm like, what?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not that it doesn't feel alive per se, but it sounds like it doesn't necessarily even feel alive for you.
Well, it has for like 40 something years.
Right, right, right. Right. So okay, so let's be more nuanced. It has helped you to maintain some sense of relatedness with other people,
Yes.
and that's not nothing.
And when I hear that, I think, and with myself.
Hmm.
Like, I'd leave therapy sessions. I'm thinking of my most recent experience, and I think I did 12 sessions with someone.
Hmm.
Um, and I drive there and I drive home. And when I drove home, I just felt like put together, like Humpty Dumpty fell off the
Hmm.
wall,
Hmm.
and felt put back together again. So I
Uh-huh.
connected with myself again, and it's like, okay, good.
We could wonder, I guess, like if there's a kind of an old familiar Humpty Dumpty and a newer Humpty Dumpty or something. And what we do, I think, as humans, because we want to feel coherent, is that we desperately try to reconstitute the old thing,
Yeah.
even if the old thing is limiting, right? It's like it's a straitjacket. It's really uncomfortable, but boy, that's a familiar straitjacket. So put it back on. Tie the buckles again.
I had like a emotion rise up when you were talking
Mm-hmm.
about, yeah, the old Humpty Dumpty. Like, really genuine and gentle and kind and tender-hearted,
Mm-hmm.
sensitive
Mm-hmm.
and creative. Yeah, that feels so familiar to me to like lead with that and like try to keep reverting to that. And
Yeah.
now with my face being off, broken, that's why we're doing this is because I kind of said I don't want to go back to normal. I don't want to go back to that person that sits on that therapist's couch and kind of woos the person into my world of like maybe disassociative, creative, calm,
Mm-hmm.
what? It's
Right.
just being a nice person in the world.
So let's have a conversation between those two poles. So we don't have to fix anything. We don't have to come to a
Okay.
conclusion. It's
Okay.
just you're getting pulled in two different directions, and let's have a conversation between those two. One part says, "Hey, I don't want to feel naked out here. I don't want to feel lost in the woods. Whatever. I want to go back to the familiar thing." But then the other part we just started hearing from is like, well, I got in this accident and realized that like the old thing wasn't really working for me. So let's hear a little bit from that part. What would that part say right now?
What I feel it and picture is kind of like pacing in the therapy room. That's
Mm-hmm.
I've never done that. I've never gone into a therapist's office like dysregulated,
Mm-hmm.
pacing, holding my cigarette, and just being like mad at stuff that's happening in life and like venting about it. That no,
Huh.
I don't do that.
So even you don't even have to. I mean, you can vent if you want to. You can share specifics from your life, or you can just feel the energy of that. You don't even have to share a story if you don't want to. Like just the
Yeah.
way you were kind of holding the fake cigarette and like that sort of
Yeah.
like just imagining in your mind's eye permission, walking in and just being like, no, I'm not just going to hold this all together for you. I'm going to be messy over here.
Yeah, I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
permission to like pace in a like therapist office, like a nice older lady who's looking at me smiling and
Mm-hmm.
just being like loud and disruptive and like not sitting on her couch
Yeah. Yes.
and raising my voice. That feels really good.
Yes. What would you say when you raise your voice?
I'm not
Or it could.
finished yet. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
would say. Because she'd like
Yep.
interrupt me to be like, oh, let's calm down. Let's contain
Mm-hmm.
this. And I'd be like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not finished yet.
Mm-hmm. Yep. How does it
I
feel to
have
say
like a
that?
long list of things. Like, I'll tell you when I'm finished, or you'll know when I'm finished. And then this, and
Yes.
then this, and then this, and then this. That's what I feel like doing.
Yes. Do you want to do a little bit of that right now, or do you want to keep some of those stories private? It's up to you. But
Yeah.
we could even talk about it without talking about it if you want.
Hmm.
Like I can be with you in that energy, even if you don't. This is ultimately very visceral, so I don't
Yeah.
really need all the details of the story for you to feel your embodiment.
Yeah. I can sense that because even without the it being explicit about the content, like
Yeah.
it's like activating me.
And what I'm tuning into is I feel that being in you that just wants some space and wants to be upset and pace around and express. Like that feels to me like what really matters is just contacting that being and being able to feel that and move. Like that,
Yeah.
to go back to alive, that feels like some aliveness.
Yeah. It feels alive.
So this is different from having to perform something, right? This is an opportunity to be different in this relationship right now.
Yeah. Something that feels weird. It's even hard to get it out. that
Take your time.
I get to be a person that comes into a therapy office, for example, or a doctor's office. Be the problem one. like
Mm-hmm.
the needy one, the mad one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in my life I'm never that one because other people in my life have problems and always
With
have.
with you being that way.
No, they have their
Oh.
own problems
Oh, I see. I
and
see.
more than I do.
I see. So you've got to kind of attend to them.
Yeah, like how many problem people can there be in one family, for example?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like if you look at the transcript or like whatever the like trauma tally thing, I don't have as many as other people. They can vent, they can be the problem person, they can be the needy patient.
Hmm.
Me. So I like picturing this mad, unreasonable, needy me in an office, in someone's office, taking up their time.
Hmm. Yeah. You're breaking some kind of rule.
Yeah,
A rule that you're not supposed to need something from other people.
yeah. I'm trying to prove my like, no, I'm fucked up too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it feels funny to be like wanting to be validated about that. Like I need something too. I'm mad too.
Mm-hmm.
Something about the two is like that's where
Yes.
the accent is.
Yes. Yes. What happens internally when you say that and emphasize the two? It feels like there's more, I don't know, confidence or energy or something when you say it.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's like really it feels like advocating for myself. I'm not saying I'm better than this person or
Mm-hmm.
more worthy or whatever or less worthy. But two is like put me right up there with them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not separate. I'm not apart. I
Yes.
belong
Yes.
here too.
Yes. It sounds like there's some comparison mode that comes in a little bit of like,
Yeah.
am I more or less or whatever? What if we just try on just for a moment that it's just what's happening? It's just what your inner life is. There's no scale that we need to compare things to. It's just like a tree is just a tree. It's just sitting there. We don't have to worry about if it's bigger or smaller than the other oak tree. It's just a tree that's just there. So what if this inner life is just there? We don't have to worry about justifying or whatever.
Like it makes it a little easier, a little cleaner, less complicated
Hmm.
to not do the comparing or like the justifying. I'm drawn to like I get to be unreasonable for just a
Hmm.
few minutes here, please.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's new.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
I understand being rightfully angry or upset, but not disproportionately
Hmm.
angry or upset.
Right.
I want to go. I want to be a little bit off too.
So keep following that image. See what else comes to mind.
What comes to mind is like walking out of a situation. So being in a situation where I'm like, I do not like what's happening right now,
Hmm.
and just like leaving the party.
But
Yeah,
is there anything that comes to mind that feels real from your life,
yeah. There
if you
there
can?
is a relationship where I just kind of feel like no, no. Like I didn't know what was going to happen. I don't know if it's right for me to feel that way or not, but all I know is I didn't like it.
Well, that's important there too, though, is just knowing that you don't like it. It's not about right or wrong. It's just like, I don't like this.
Yeah, that's pretty radical, actually. I'm not really aware of a ton of things I don't like. I wrote a poem. It's like about everything I love. It's so easy for me.
It's a good practice then to try on not liking some things, have a little more balance. There must be some things you don't like.
Probably a lot more than I admit to
Yeah.
myself.
Well, so I think that there's a little something important coming in here, which is like a part of you that's just like, let's say, irrationally annoyed, and just
Yeah,
allowing that to have space. Like last time, it was the voices in the hallway.
yeah,
Last time we met, and that kind of surprised you, like maybe there's a way that you think I'm not the kind of person that should be so annoyed by something small.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thank you for saying irrationally annoyed because that feels really permission giving.
Yeah, and we can, I don't know if this is helpful too, but giving space for something to just be irrational. You just like it or you don't like it.
The association that came to mind was like a really bad eczema episode when I was young.
That you had.
Yeah, that I had. Like we went
Okay.
to like a much drier environment for something. And so I had like little patches of eczema normally, but I got like a much bigger whatever episode. That was really painful because we were like using a heater and I don't know, the air was dry and
Hmm.
something.
Okay.
And I just got a lot of attention from my parents during that. Um, but it was rational. It was justified. Like this really bad case of eczema that
Hmm.
kind of was not normal.
Right.
But then went back home and I just have normal amounts and I'm just a normal kid again.
Hmm. Right. Maybe your experience of annoyance is a little more like the bad case of eczema. That like you're actually a lot more annoyed than you're letting on.
I like thinking that like, oh, this is just some little thing, but maybe it's actually kind of a big thing
Yeah. Right.
for me. Maybe it's
Right.
taking up a lot of energy for me and
Yes.
affecting
Yes.
me more than I think.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. It seems
Yeah, I
like right
like
now you just kind of ignore it on some
uh-huh.
level or discount it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the people I really like the most are like so opinionated. That's why I
Hmm.
like smoking women because I think like,
Hmm.
oh, they're so opinionated. They're
Hmm.
just like yuck, yum,
Hmm.
gross, cool. Like they're not like, oh, just like open in the middle about everything. Like, oh, sure, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. They're like
Hmm.
gross.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
like that.
Hmm.
But I'm not like that. I'm like very adaptable.
Well, maybe you're more like that than you realize. Some part of you is.
Hmm.
Yeah. It seems to me like people that are more on the compassionate side of the spectrum, which I think you are also maybe more wary to make room for some of those feelings because you're aware that it can not feel good for other people. But what can be really helpful is discerning in your own mind the difference between you getting to have your inner life and you expressing it towards them in a hurtful way.
Yeah.
And if you can make that boundary and that distinction, so you can be annoyed with this person, and that doesn't mean that you have to go and shame them. So you can make that distinction of like, this is just who they are, and also they drive me up a wall, and I can't wait to be done with this person.
Yeah, that feels good to kind of like accept it. It doesn't necessarily mean I have to do something I regret.
Exactly, exactly. That like there's a way to have the upset with, well, still maintaining like appropriate social behavior.
Yeah.
And you can even imagine in your mind's eye really irrational, inappropriate, whatever, doesn't mean you have to do it. It just means that you get to have access to your own energy in your own life.
Yeah. How do I do it? How do I exercise that?
I think you're doing it today. You're imagining pacing in the therapist's office. I think you're also doing it in that you at the beginning said, I don't even know if I want to do this today. I'm feeling ambivalent. I feel like I should be this person. I'm not, I don't know if whatever, all of that. You're also trying on here in this space with me, being more annoyed, being more irrational.
Yeah. Um, I really thought like I'm just not in a good place
Hmm.
to do this session with Richard today. And I
Yeah,
thought that sounds very legitimate, Vanessa. Probably shouldn't do it. I
yeah,
have something tomorrow where I just think like, yeah, I'm not in the right place for that. Meaning like I'm not going to be as good
hmm,
as the thing I think needs me to be.
uh-huh,
And there's something really enlivening about like, what if I am in the right place just because it's
hmm,
how I am?
yes, yes. That's
What if
I
that's
I
more right?
feel relieved when you say it. Sounds like a load off.
Yeah, it's scary though. Like thinking about the thing tomorrow. I'm not who you think I am. FYI.
Yeah. How does it
And
feel to
you'll be
just say
like,
that?
okay.
How does it feel to say that? I'm not who you think I am, FYI.
It feels really good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, I kind of want to say it tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, and just I'll just this is just a little kind of practical point. Is remember, I'm thinking of this. What was a couple sessions ago or something? You want to be the stage manager, not the one getting bossed around, but that
Hmm.
there's a learning curve to it, right? So thinking of this concept of titration. So it would be a little overwhelming to just be like, okay, I'm totally different, and people are like, what's going on here? So,
Hmm.
but I think that there's something between just playing the old role
Yeah.
and like blowing the lid off of something and feeling completely disorganized and disrupted. That you can the slower you go, the faster you get there, is one of my teachers would say. So
Hmm.
yeah. So when
Yeah,
you think about
something little like that is plenty. Even to be
exactly,
like, I'm not the like wise spiritual person you think I am. Not today, at least.
yes, yes, yes. Well, that yeah, exactly. And so it's all these little small experiences that really add up.